All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the KPU International Summer 2025. Let's get ready for registration webinar. First, I'd like to acknowledge that we at Kwantlen Polytechnic University respectfully acknowledge that we live, work, and study in a region that overlaps with the unceded traditional and ancestral First Nation territories of the Musqueam, Katzie, Samiamun, Tuasin, Kakite, and Coquitlam, and with the lands of the Kwantlen First Nation, which gifted its name to the university. We thank them for having cared for the lands and waters since in time immemorial, honor their graciousness to the students who seek knowledge here. Before we welcome our presenter for today's registration webinar, I would like to quickly go over a couple of housekeeping items. I'm sure you have a lot of questions and inquiries for today, whether they are related to registration, admissions, and/or generally life as an international student in Canada. Please pay close attention to our webinar as it covers lots of information and many of your questions will be answered. At the end of the session, unfortunately for today, we will not open a Q&A, but you're welcome to meet with an advisor by booking the appointment and/or joining our online drop-in session for inquiries. If this is a recurring question that you might have, we will actually please also monitor our international advising webpage. We have all of the updated information with the most current update from the IRCC regarding the immigration status. And for now, everybody should receive your course recommendation handout. So it is important that you watch carefully first. As newly admitted students, there is a good information on our handout to recommending what kind of courses you should take for your first semester only. And please remember that is only for your first semester, and for the future course planning, you need to speak to an advisor. Secondly, I would like to let everyone know that we will be recording today's session and sharing the video with newly admitted students. Please keep an eye on an email communication to your KPU email account for later this week to find the link to the video. All right, now we will turn the time over to the presenter of the today. Sungjo is our international student advisor at KPU International with extensive experience in working with international students. Sungjo, please feel free to start your presentation.
Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well and you're excited about starting your journey at KPU. My name is Sungjo. I'm one of the international student advisor. I will be going over a lot of key information today that is essential for you as a new student to be aware of it. I encourage you to take a note as we are going and jot down any question you may have. But today, unfortunately, we don't have a Q&A, but you are really welcome to book appointment or attend the drop-in session. Some of the key topics that I will cover this webinar are a lot of international advising unit, the process of course registration, the type of course offers at KPU, and the importance of maintain full-time student status for the post-graduation work permit program. I will also briefly go over One.KPU and some of the academic and non-academic support services available to you as a KPU student. So what is the role of the International Advising Team? We are here to support the international students in all academic and non-academic matters. Our goal is to create a welcome and inclusive environment where you may ask questions, seek guidance, and hopefully thrive at both academic and personal level. So next, I will introduce the people who make up the International Advising Team. We have 9 advisors at KPU. 5 of them are based on Surrey campus, and they are Leah, Manpreet, Sanam, Sarah, and Oksana. List of the languages that advisor can speak in addition to English are displayed under their name. In Richmond campus, there are 4 advisors, Hillary, Juris, and Vicky, and myself. In addition to our international student advisors, we have the international advising manager, Kevin, advising coordinator, Angel, advising assistant, James, and student assistant, Mia. As you may have noted, our team consists of people who can speak a variety of different languages, this including Malay, Hindi, Punjabi, Farsi, Mandarin, Korean, Vietnamese, and Russians. What do we do exactly? The International Student Advisors offers both academic and non-academic support. Some of the example of academic supports are program exploration and course planning, progression of graduation check, academic standing and understanding GPA, understanding KPU policy and procedure, prerequisite and co-requisite requirements, guidance on improving academic performance, and early alert university transfer. Example of non-academic supports including immigration advising related study permit, working eligibility, and post-graduation work permit. Letter for the study permit extension, post-graduation work permit, and temporary residence visas. How to contact the other services unit, and for example, Learning Center, counseling services, and student enrollment services and career services. We can help students in both academic and non-academic matters, including exploring different programs, course planning, progress check, answering the question about academic standing and GPA. We are here to help you understand KPU policies and procedures. Of course, there are not only topics that advisor can assist you. If you have any question relating something is not listed here, you are welcome to book appointment or meet us anytime. So when should you see the International Student Advisor? For any immigration related questions regarding your program and how many credits you have completed, and you should always meet us. If you are in any ELSD, ENGQ, upgrading, or trade program, you should see an international student advisor for your academic and non-academic inquiries. And some applies to the student in certificates or diploma or associate degree, and these in the first or second year of a bachelor programs. If you fit into any of these categories, you should see International Student Advisor for all of your questions. Apart from International Student Advisor, KPU also has degree advisors and post-baccalaureate and graded advisor. As you are enrolled in a bachelor program and have complete more than 45 credits, you should see degree advisor for any course planning or program progression-related questions. KPU has a degree advisor for the Faculty of Business, Faculty of Art, Science, Health, and Design School. If you're a post-baccalaureate or graduate diploma program, then you must meet a post-baccalaureate and graduate advisor. They called as a student success coaches for any academic or career-related questions. How do you meet an advisor? There are two ways you can meet with an international student advisor. First is a booking 30-minute appointment. A 30-minute appointment is recommended in case where you need to discuss something in detail or may have several questions. For instance, for course planning, program exploration, GPA calculation, and graduation check, you are encouraged to book 30-minute appointment. Second way to connect with us is through a drop-in session. For drop-in, you do not need to book an appointment in advance. Instead, you should sign up 15 minutes before the drop-in session starts, either in person or online, and wait in the line for your name be called. During drop-ins, as we may have several students waiting in the queue, the advisor may only be able to spend 10 to 15 minutes with you, so please mindful of that. We offer both in-person and online for appointments and drop-ins. You can find the schedule of a drop-in session and how to join the session, as well as the steps to book 30-minute appointment and KPU website International Advising webpage. Now let's move on to registration. We need to understand that KPU has 3 academic terms per calendar year. The calendar year runs from the September to August, and terms are referred as fall, spring, and summer. The fall term is from September to December, spring term begins from January to April, and the summer term is from May to August. As you can see here, course registration begins approximately 1.5 months before the new semester starts. This means registration for summer 2025 term will begin around the mid-March. A few important reminder to take a note of it. If you are currently awaiting a decision on your study permit, it is important that you still go ahead and register for your classes. If your study permit application is approved, you must submit the proof of approval immediately. If your study permit application is still pending by the last date to drop with no financial penalty, which is May 7, 2025, please drop all your classes and apply for deferral by contacting admission team at international@kpu.ca. If your study permit is denied, you must also drop all your classes before the last day to drop. In this scenario, following the International Refund Guide regarding the refund of your confirmation deposit, the steps for requesting a refund can be found on the link provided here. Before explaining how to register for your classes, we will briefly go over one.kpu.ca. One.kpu is a platform that allows you to access several apps through a single sign-on. The apps shows here are used by students most frequently. We encourage you to sign in your one.kpu and mark these apps as your favorite by hitting the heart icons. This allows you to access them quickly instead of searching for them each time. We will go over some of the most important apps, but we recommend checking the other apps by yourself as well. The university calendar provides the program information, including program intake type, declaration requirement, and the curricular requirement for each program, and serve as official guide to KPU academic programs. You need to refer to university calendar when you're planning your courses for the next term. Check dates and deadline app. When the registration period starts, you will be able to find important information regarding KPU holiday closure and the first day of a class, the last day to drop the courses with a 100% refund, the last day to withdraw the courses, and so forth. We encourage you to review the date and deadline for each semester and mark them on your calendar. Course website, known as Moodle. Every instructor uses Moodle in different way depending on their teaching style. Instructor may use Moodle to share course contents, encourage the student discussion forums, manage assignment and quizzes, and post grades. Once you register for a course, a few days before class start, you should be able to view the courses on the Moodle. If you are unable to view it, you should inform your instructors. The one online self-service app is some other important app. It allows you to check your tuition balance, any amount you owe, and make payments through the credit card. You also get a personalized book list for the courses you are registered for. This list is usually available 2 weeks after you register for a course. You can also check your final grade here, obtain a transcript. My action plan, is also referred to as a map, is another great tool that you can use to see how your progress in your program. It works best once you are declared in your program. If you are not declared, you could use what if function, then select your goal program to see correct course information. However, regarding course plans, you always need to check the curricular requirement of the program on the university calendar. Student email apps. All KPU students have a KPU email account. You will receive all university communication, include email from the instructors, advisor, and other important notice, such as those related to class registration and waitlist notification in your KPU email account. If you need to email anyone within KPU, please always use your KPU email account and remember to always include your student ID. Lastly, KPU has launched a new app called MyKPU. The app helps you to manage your course easily, map out your study plan seamlessly, and keep up with your to-do list effortlessly. It is a new app, so we highly recommend to search the app, and you can also give your reviews through the apps. So now we will go over some of the pre-registration steps before moving on to the course registration demo. First, know your KPU login information. Without login information, you cannot access the registration portal. Your user ID will be your KPU student email, and your default password will be your date of birth entered in the format shown here. If you are unsure about your password, you may look up the app Student Assessor PR Self-Service Password Reset on 1.kpu and follow the steps there are there to reset your password. Nextly, known your registration date and time, you are able to start to register for your class after the given time ticket that is to you. To find your registration date and time, search for the register for the class on 1.kpu and click Prepare for Registration. If you go to the kpu.ca/SES website, you will find a step-by-step video on how and where to find your registration time ticket. As a new student, you get one of the earliest registration date as popular courses tend to get filled up very quickly. Please take advantage of your early registration date and time and enroll the class as early as possible. So about the clear action item. When you try to register for your courses, you will receive a pop-up notification informing you that an action item is pending. You must clear this action item in order to continue to registration process. Again, there is a step-by-step video. You can find it on kpu.ca/SES video. Review the course recommendation handout in advance. All new students are emailed a list of recommended courses to take in their first semester. You should have received an email already. The course recommendation is based on your faculty and intended major. The courses are based on our recommendation only. You may take the course outside of those recommendations, but in this case, you are encouraged to consult the university calendar and when you're planning to do so. You may find that some of the courses listed in your course recommendation handout are not specifically mentioned in the university calendar. This may be because many of the programs have a room for elective courses. Elective courses can be freely selected by a student and are meant to encourage the student to explore the other area of study. If you're a student who has several transferred courses to KPU, then course recommendation may differ for you. In this case, you should meet an advisor before course registration starts. Consult the university calendar. We already discussed it as well earlier. Please check the university calendar whenever you're planning to do course planning. Lastly, international tuition deposit. This will be applied from the second terms. After the first term, you must ensure you have a minimum balance 2,200 as the international tuition deposit in your KPU account before registering the courses for the upcoming term. Students who do not have this amount will have a hold placed on their account and will not be able to register for their courses in an upcoming term. Now we have covered the registration process. It is important to note some of the common errors you might receive when registering for your classes and what this error means. Closed and waitlisted. This means the section you are trying to enroll is full, but you have an option to waitlisting for the courses. Once on the waitlisted, it's important to check your KPU email regularly every day to see if you have received the waitlist notification email. If you receive the email for the seat offer, you have to register the courses within 24 hours of receiving the email through the registration app. If you fail to register the seat within 24 hours, the seat will be given to the student next on the wait list. The other error that you may encounter is prerequisite core requisite unmet. A prerequisite course is a course that you must have complete with a minimum C grade or unless otherwise stated before registering in given courses. Whereas a core requisite course must be taken at the same time or previously to a currently registered course. If they're taken previously, a minimum final grade of C is required to fulfill a core requisite. So if you don't have this requirement, you will receive the prerequisite/core requisite unmet error. Time conflict error is received when you attempt to register in a section that either has the class time or exam time overlapped with another class that you have already registered for. Lastly, link the course required error. Some course has a linked lecture and lab. This means you are required to register in a lecture section and appropriate lab section. If you attempt to register your attempt registration in only one of the sections, you will meet this error. Ensure you are registering in both sections at the same time. At the very top, there is a QR code that you may scan to view a full list of a possible registration error that you can receive during the registration. You may also receive the reserve and/or restriction error when attempting to register for some courses. This is because some sections for a particular courses are reserved for a specific group of the student. For example, there may be a business courses within 7 sections open, but out of those 7 sections, 3 may be reserved for the student who are doing bachelor in accounting, or all of these sections may have 10 seats designated specifically for the student in particular program. If the section has a seat reserved, this will be displayed on the column reserved section. Most of the reserves are removed about 3 weeks after the start of a registration, and those seats then become available for all students eligible to register in the courses. Restriction, on the other hand, are permanent. They will not be removed. The restrictions are placed on the certain courses that are meant for the student in specific program. For example, information courses are restricted to those students who are in the IT Bachelor or Computer Information System Diploma program. You can find the list of all the class sections that are recorded in the reserve as a reserve or restricted on the kpu.ca registration website. So from now on, I will demonstrate some of the errors. So this is the registration website you may see. This, the color may be different. I'm using the testing site. It's not actual site, but the layout is the same. So for now, for the registration courses, you go to register for classes, and oh, sorry. And you are selecting summer 2025. And once you select the summer 2025, you will see, you will move on to this kind of looking. And here in the subject, you can search the courses. So we are going to check biology 1110 and search. Oh. Okay, I will do everything again. So as you see here, biology 1100, some of the course is a lab and class. And because this is a link to courses, and you select view the link and you can choose the courses here. And you will see the link to courses. And add it together. On the right side of the bottom, you will see, and if you do submit, it shows the register courses together. And now we are moving on to see another courses. So as you see here, some of the course shows how many seats available, and so currently what is the total seats available and how many seats is currently left, and some of the thing has showing as a time conflict. If it already shows a time conflict, that means one of the course you already register have a time conflict with these courses. Then we are going into moving on to the other. I'm just showing, using this one as a photo example. You can use this one as you see when you register courses. And this is, as you see, it's a number starts as a 4, and that means it's a 4th year courses, obviously. So in this kind of case, when you're trying to register courses, you will see this prerequisite, co-requisite are unmet, and also it has a time conflict with other courses. That means because you haven't completed the prerequisite courses. So it is a very strongly recommended to check the registration site before your registration date start to see check your courses and times and availability before. Now let's talk about. Okay. So there are 3 types of the courses KPU offers. The full-time course that's run for the entire duration of the semester. That is for full-time class for the summer term. Full-time class starts in May and in August. Intersession courses are not very common. If they are offered, expect to have more class per week compared to full-time class courses, because the material that is taught in 4 months is condensed in 1.5 months period. There are usually 2 session offers in the semester. It's called Session 1 and Session 2. It is important to note that deadline to add and drop classes without financial penalty for intersession courses is different than full-term courses, which you can check on date and deadline pages. The qualifying courses, you can consider them as a high school level courses. They are meant to upgrade your knowledge and proficiency in the subject area so that you can take undergraduate level study. Qualifying courses usually end with the Q, example of ENGQ, MATQ, BIOQ, except for ELSD courses. Except for ENGQ and ELSD courses, qualifying courses tuitions are same as undergraduate courses, and they do not counting toward your undergraduate credit, meaning you cannot use them to fulfill any undergraduate program requirement. When you're registering for your classes, you may see some of the classes are offered in person while the other classes are offered as a blended or online. Most of the classes are offered in person. Blended asynchronous classes are a combination of both in person and online, where the online component of the courses is not delivered at any specific time, so you can view the content online at your own time. Blended synchronous is a combination of both in-person and online class, where the online portion of the class is scheduled at a specific time, which means you must be online at the time specified in your schedule. Online asynchronous class has no scheduled meeting time. The instructor will upload the materials and pre-recorded lecture online. You may review and replay the lectures to clarify the concepts. You will be expected to complete the coursework on your own schedule, but within deadlines set by the instructor. This type of courses requires a lot of self-discipline. Online synchronous classes are where the instructor and students are both online at the same time. The instructor may give a live lecture at the specific time, so you must be logged in on your Moodle at the scheduled time. Exam may either be conducted online or in person. As an international student, you are recommended to take only in-person or blended courses, particularly in your first semester. Taking online course may impact the length of your post-graduation work permit. If you must register for online courses, please consult with an advisor first. We have gone through a lot of information already, but you may want to pay extra attention for this slide. If you plan to apply for post-graduation work permit upon completion of your studies, it is important to take a note that one of the criteria to apply for post-graduation work permit is you must maintain the full-time student status through your studies. Full-time means enrolled at least 9 credit per term at KPU. If you are enrolled 9 credit and ended up withdrawing from a course, you will be considered as a part-time student for the semester. There are a couple of exceptions of this rule. For the example, you can take schedule break. This means you can take one term off or be part-time student in one semester per calendar year, provided that you maintain the full-time status before and after the break. Another exception is authorized leave. Authorized leave can be provided if you needed to take semester off that cannot qualify as a scheduled break, and it is required to be approved. In case of applying authorized leave, you must meet advisor for eligibility. Authorized leave is only approved for the current or upcoming term under extenuating circumstances, and you will be required to provide the supporting documents for the approval. Before we move on I will explain some of the program is required math grade 12 mathematics. At KPU as well as across over many Canadian institutions, all science program has a university level maths, physics, chemistry, and biology courses that students must take in order to graduate. With the exception of biology, grade 12 math with a minimum grade of C is a prerequisite requirement for all university level science courses. What that means is if you did not complete grade 12 math with a minimum C grade and you attempt to register for any undergraduate chemistry, physics, or mathematics courses, you will see prerequisite, co-requisite unmet error. In addition to science program, Diploma in Business Administration, and Associate of Arts degree in Economics also have one or more courses that have a grade 12 math as a prerequisite requirement. If you are a student who is in any of this program and do not have a grade 12 math, then you are advised to take courses that don't have a grade 12 math as a prerequisite in your first term. In order to fulfill this prerequisite requirement, you may need to either take a math qualifying courses or take the math placement test. You may visit the link at the bottom to learn more about the MPT test. You are encouraged to see an advisor to fully understand how you may upgrade your math to meet grade 12 math prerequisite requirement. So now we will briefly touch on some support resources that you can access free of charge throughout your time at KPU. We have Academic Integrity Tutorial and the KPU 100 courses. Both are highly recommended for you to complete before starting your first time at KPU. The reason we advise to complete Academic Integrity Tutorial is because there are cases in each term that students who are charged with academic integrity violation as they fail to cite their reference properly or they didn't fully understand what classifies as a plagiarism. As a student, it is your responsibility to understand what constitutes academic integrity violation and do everything to avoid it. If you are charged with a violation, you can receive a 0 on your assignment an F grade in the courses or even be suspended from the KPU based on how serious the offense is. Therefore, this course is really important as it provides students the meaning of academic integrity as defined by KPU, common example of academic misconduct and its consequences, and strategy to uphold academic integrity. About KPU 100, this is a non-credit, one-week program with no fee for all KPU students. Some of the things that we will cover in the courses are how to manage your time effectively, strategies for reading text, taking note and memorizing, how to communicate effectively online, how to work in online group and the team, how to improve your test taking skills, and how to use KPU technology such as Moodle. You can use a QR code on this page to enroll in both these courses. We highly recommend that you enroll in both courses. They will give you a head start on your academic journey at KPU. The Learning Center are other really important academic support resource. They provide a range of skills and strategy that encourage the learning excellences and promote holistic development. You have the option to book on tutor, book an appointment with a learning strategist, attend one of their workshop, or get help with your writing assignment. All TLC services are free of charge. We highly encourage you to spend some time navigating the Learning Center webpage and access their resource during your time at KPU. Our international advising team also has a lot of resource to support our international students. You may access the resource by visiting International Students Advising homepage. It covers academic, non-academic topics, immigration information, advising video on unpopular topics, graduation checklist, how to apply a post-graduation work permit, and more immigration resources. The idea is to support our international students from entering to KPU as a freshman to the end of their study as a graduate. Next, we will go over support services that you can benefit from on personal level. First one is Meet Peer Mentorship Group. This program is specifically designed to support the first semester student. Every new student is connected with a peer mentor in their first semester. Peer mentors are current KPU students, and you can reach out to them throughout their first term. They can assist you in navigating through some of the personal challenges you may face as a new student. They can help you get familiarized with the campus, introduce you to other new students, and help you build a connection by holding social events throughout the semester. So if you are feeling lonely, which is very common emotion to experience in your first semester, reach out your peer mentor and they can help connect you with other students. Next is a TELUS Health Support Student app. If you are going through a difficult time in your life, perhaps you lost your family member, had a breakup with your partner, or experiencing higher level of anxiety or depression, for whatever the reason, download the TELUS Health Student Support app. They provide a professional trained counselor with whom you can talk over the phone or live chat 24/7. The conversation you have kept confidential, and service is free of charge to all students. KPU also has a counseling department that you can access if you are having concern that are impacting on your academics or sleep or motivations. We also encourage you download the KPU Safe app. Through this app, you are able to contact security emergency services and find out what to do in the event of an emergency. Access first aid and counseling services, view interactive campus app, arrange for security officer to escort on your campus, and more. There are QR codes next to each of the supporting resources. You may scan them for more information. We will just quickly talk about the health insurance because of a lot of our new students have many questions about this. As a new student, you will be automatically enrolled in GuardMe insurance program. As soon as you arrive in Canada, you must enroll in BCMSP program. Anyone who plans to reside in Canada for longer than 6 months is required to enroll in this program. This is mandatory. Once you received your BCMSP card, you can opt out from the GuardMe. Lastly, the KSA Extended Health and Dental Plan is also something that all students are automatically enrolled in. It is also mandatory, meaning you cannot opt out from this plan unless you have a similar benefit through an employer or somewhere else, which many students don't have it. If you have any question regarding this insurance, please contact International Student Life Team for suitable support. The email contact is on the screen. You may also visit kpu.ca International Insurance for more comprehensive overview of each these health insurance plan. Lastly, just a few quick reminder as you prepare to come to Canada. Remember to carry the following document before boarding your flight ticket, your passport, port of entry letter, visa if applicable, and your letter of acceptance. You can find the QR code to IRCC pre-departure guide here. It is highly recommended that you check it out as it has a really good tips and information for students embarking on Canada as an international student. If you have any question related to your travel to Canada, we also have an item with the KPU International to support you. And they can reach by the email internationaltransit@kpu.ca. So the presentation ends here, which including different way you contact with our international advising team. 2 of these were mentioned before: booking an appointment through Advisor Connect or joining a drop-in session. Another way to contact us through the phone or email at internationalstudents@kpu.ca. Feel free to reach out to International Advising Team during your time at KPU. On behalf of the team, we wish you all the best of luck for your first semester at KPU, and we hope to see you soon.
All right, thank you very much, Sungjo. It was such a pleasant presentation, and thank you for providing so much valuable information to our students. I hope you, everyone, enjoyed the presentation. I would like to remind all of you that we will be sharing the recording of this session later this week to make sure you can review the information again prior to your registration starting next Monday. Once again, if you have any questions that were not answered during today's webinar, please feel free to contact our office. As Sungjo kindly shared with us, you can email us at internationalstudents@kpu.ca or book an appointment with one of our advisors through advisor.connect.kpu.ca. All right, everyone. So this concludes our webinar. Thank you all for attending. We hope you have learned a lot and enjoyed the session, and wish you the best in your first semester in the summer 2025 term. Our advising team is looking forward to seeing you at KPU. Thank you very much again.